Today I just finished the book of Malachi, and one part that always sticks out to me every time really is in chapter 3, the section that's called the payment of tithes. So today's verse is going to be specifically chapter 3 verse 8, which says, "I ask you, is it right for a person to cheat God? Of course not. Yet you are cheating me. How, you ask? In the matter of tithes and offerings." Basically, today's topic is going to be about tithing, which is something that I've talked about on my channel before, so this is nothing new. This was at the beginning when I first started my channel. I haven't talked about tithing in a while, but I am a Catholic that believes in tithing. I know, so first I want to address what does the Catholic Church teach on this topic first. Well, actually, first I should probably talk about what is tithing, because some people probably don't know. So tithing is just simply, the word tithe means the 10th. So essentially any money that passes your hand, income, everything, any kind of money that passes your hand, 10% of that should be going towards the church. Anyways, I'm not going to go into all of that because I did a whole video. It's actually quite long. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to tithing. So if you are interested, you could go to my channel. There's a whole video dedicated to tithing and why I tithe. So that being said, I just want to explain that it's a 10th, right? The Catholic Church is teaching canon law on this, right? Is that it's not mandatory. There's no 10% rule that you have to give 10%. Basically, it just says you give as you feel you can. So whatever you feel like you can. Of course, we're called to be generous. We're called to support the church. So yes, if you're Catholic, we are called to support the church financially, but you are allowed to give whatever you feel like you're able to, right? Whatever you're capable of. So yes, you are to give to the church and to the poor, but there's no set rule on what amount. However, that being said, the Bible talks about that a lot, talks about the 10th. And so even though it is not reinforced by the church today, I do believe this is something that God calls us to. It's really been put on my heart that we should be tithing. So it is extremely biblical. I talk about it in detail in my video, so please go to that. But as you can see, just in this passage alone, it says God is literally saying, "Yet you are cheating me." How? And he says, "In the matters of tithes and offerings." And one other thing I want to address, because so many people bring this up to me whenever I talk about tithing, is, but why does it need to go to the church? Can I just give it to a charity that I want to? Can I give it to the poor? To me, the Bible is very clear that the 10% needs to go to the church. So that's the tithe part. And then offerings is anything above, and then you can give to the poor. Of course, you're supposed to give to the poor, but as you want to, and things of that nature. But the 10% specifically